All right, welcome back, welcome back. So today we are going to be working on BG Info. So background info, BG Info. It's a program that was created by Sysinternals back in the days, and it's used to display basically information on your desktop, like you see over here. Okay, it doesn't really consume a lot of resources, but it's very good. It's a very good tool that administrators can use to deploy across the network so that you can get good information pulled from the box or the machine that you're looking for and display to the customers or even display to your administrators as well so that it's easy to troubleshoot, right? Um, Information we're talking about, like these right here, you can pull anything from the IP address to the domain they're logged on to MAC addresses, how much memory is still installed or being used, the OS version and the type, the boot time, last time it was booted, just in case you're running like scripts for updates and stuff like that. It can show like if the machine haven't been restarted for a while, a lot of stuff like that. So I've been playing with this for a little bit, and it got a little confusing a while for a minute because there's certain things you got to put in place to make this thing work. I don't know what it is about this deployment that got so weird when I deployed it, but I've tried multiple techniques and it seems to only be one version that actually works. So I decided to make this video so I can share it with you guys. All right, so first and foremost, what you want to do, you need to have a computer to test it with. So I have a PC03 box. It's a Windows 10 Enterprise, just for testing purposes. And then you need to have your server, obviously. So I'm on the domain controller that I'll be working with, DC01. And I'll be playing around with here from the DC, and then I'll be pushing out the script to a GPO script to push it to the network. So see if these can get in it. All right, so first and foremost, what you need to do, you need to go to the BG Info website. So if you go to learn.microsoft.com and then go all the way to English, Sysinternals downloads, you'll find BG Info here. If you can't find it, you can also go to TechSpot and download it from there too. I think they got a copy somewhere on their page as well. Another place you can find it is just Google it. It will bring it up and you can just download it. So what we're looking for is a link to download BG Info. The time of this video, I'm running 2.2 megabytes, and this one was published September 29, 2022. All right, and it's version 4.32. That's there. So let's go ahead and download. So you want to click the link to download, and when you download BG Info, right, you're gonna click it. It's gonna download. Go to your downloads folder, and then my downloads folder look like this. So you can see unconfirmed. I've already downloaded it last week. Like I said, I was playing around with it. So I'm gonna show you guys the techniques that I use to actually get this thing rolling. It's been one of those little troubleshooting I guess piece of software that if you don't set it up right or put the right parameters in place, it won't work. All right, so this is BG Info. You can go ahead and extract it. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this old one and the new one here. So you want to extract it. Find a place to extract it. Go ahead and click OK. Most folks will tell you that you don't need to extract it. You just want to open it up and go from there. So from here, what we need to do, you need to make sure you go to view because you got to change some settings on your system. Go to show hide. I'm using a server 2022, so this should be similar to your Windows 11, Windows 10 boxes. So go to view it on your any folder options that are open. Go to view at the top and then click show hide. And then file name extensions, you want to go ahead and put a checkbox in there. So because you need to be able to see these extensions because it's going to be very important for you, right? So you're going to have the .exe and the EULA text file and all that stuff. So what we're going to do, we need to create a new folder. So I'm going to be working inside of my documents. All right, so let's go to documents And as you can see, like I had a whole PowerShell script that I was working on too, and it was like, so I'm gonna delete that. And I'm gonna go ahead and create a new folder here. I'm gonna call this BGI all caps and then INFO. Right. In here is where we're gonna copy the files that we want to work with. So you can literally use any of these. I have had success working with both of them. Okay. I don't really know the biggest difference between the two. This one's supposed to be the configurator, and this is supposed to be the application. But for some reason, they both work. So I'm gonna go with the .info.exe and not the 64. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here, in this folder, right? So I don't need that one anymore. And this is the box that I'm working on right now. Okay, this is my old downloads. Don't need that. All right, so when you duplicate Bginfo, like right here, it's gonna run and it's gonna show you. You see the timer up here? You need to make sure you click inside of the box, right, before it goes out. Inside of Bginfo, you will see when you first started a whole bunch of information. Just because mine is a little bit custom, you don't see anything here, but if you go to here and add all these things, like everything you want up here, this is how it would look when you start it up. And then you can click preview, see what it would look like, and basically this is how it's going to be displayed on the machine. All right, now I have a different script that I've already written out, so that's why mine just came up black, because I've been playing with it already. But when you first install it, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff inside of here that you can start playing with. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, and then I'm just gonna apply what I need. So in my template, I have a list already how I want to work mine. All right, so for testing purposes, we're gonna go ahead and copy all of this, and I'm gonna paste it in here. And this is how I like to set up mine, right, for my customers, for my users. Now, computer information, I want to go ahead and make that yellow. Network information as well, I want to make that also yellow. And then you can have help desk support here too, if you prefer to have a place where they can call you or email you or whatever. All right, so this is basically one way you can set it up. I'm gonna just delete a few things, so I don't need these right now, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, right? And everything here is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and remove, so I'm gonna just put DHCP server here on the networking, and then enter, then backspace, and then I'll remove this from under here on the help desk. And then here you can just put tell, and then put a 1-8 or number 1-800-255-9870. All right, so if you have a telephone number that you have your customers call, you can put it there, and as well as the help desk piece. So once you have this set, you can go ahead and preview it, see how you want it to look, and there you go. Not looking bad. This is what's going to be pulled up, right? Once you deploy it. So click on preview. I need to bring this down a little bit, right? And then put a space. So now this is ready to go, right? So once you have the template, do not click apply. You don't want to apply this to your desktop. You want to save it. So you're going to go to file and do a save as, and this is what we call, you're going to save it as a template file. Okay, so you can name it BGINFO as well, and call it template. All right, so where did I save that? I need to save this as documents in here, and great. So You can close this now. And once you get into here, like such, now your template is what you're going to be using to push out across the network. So from here, what we need to do, we need to go ahead and go to a group policy management, and we need to deploy what's called a GPO. So I've already created one here. If you don't know how to create a GPO, it's really simple. You can go to the group policy objects right here, and you can do a new GPO, or you can click wherever you want to add it, and just do a new. So for example, if you're up here, you're going to create a GPO in this domain and link it here, right? So I've already created one, and this is the name of it. All right, so this GPO we're going to edit. So just like any GPO you would edit, you go to policies, and then you're going to go to Windows settings, and then you're going to go to scripts. Now inside of scripts, where you want to go is where you call logon. Right? So for example, when you do the logon, you're going to create nothing's going to be here. These are what I have already running. You're going to click add, and the script name, I think this is where I kept messing this up because it wouldn't take for some reason. It was weird. So instead of putting a name here, I want to show you what I did. Click browse, and then in here under logon right here, this is where I created a new text document. You see it says text document, and it's going to be BG so BGInfo.deploy, and then we're going to change the extension to a bat file because we want to make sure that this is a script to push out. So it's an executable batch file, right? So deploy BGInfo. Now you're going to right click it, and you're going to click edit. And when you edit it, this is where you're going to put the information that you want. So once you are here, the information that you want is now the BGInfo files. But you got to make sure that these files are located somewhere that is shared across the network and everyone have access to it. And the easiest place that you can put this, you can create a share folder and share it out to everyone in the domain and give everyone read access, and it will work. Or you can go ahead and use the sys volume that's already on the DC, and that also should work because by default it's already shared out to everyone, right? So for example, if I go to my fully qualified domain and I look into it, you will see that I have sys volume right here, and inside of scripts you can go ahead and put BGInfo in here. One cool thing that I noticed though, whatever is inside of my whatever is inside of my sys volume, it will go also in here, if you kind of notice it. So check this out. This volume scripts BGInfo is blank. Let's create a new folder and call it test. Now let's go back out. See that? So when you look at your NETLOGON, it's also in the same folder. Whatever is in here is also reflected in NETLOGON as well. Something for you to take note of because we're going to be working in these two locations. All right. So the files that we want to move, we want to put it in sys volume. So we're going to go over here, go into scripts, and then inside of BGInfo, we're going to go ahead and let me delete this. We're going to copy those files that we were working on. So let me minimize. Let me go to the desktop, and let's go to documents. Sorry if this looks a little confusing. And all right, so let's back out a little bit so you guys can see. Now you know that I'm going to be creating it in here under logon permissions. So let's minimize the group policy. I just wanted to show you what you'll need to do. So let's make it cleaner. All right, so this is this PC, and I've already saved the template that we're looking for inside of my documents folder. Now I need to go to a share folder area where we're going to put this. So we're going to put this inside of our sys volume. So go into your sys file, into your scripts folder, bginfo, and then this is where you want to copy the files that you're working with. So I like to bring both of them over, right? The template I think is the only thing that you really need, but I bring both of these over, all right? Because this is the file that you want to execute, to push over. But it also uses this file as well. For some reason, they're kind of connected, all right? So once this is here, you should be good to go. Now let's go back to our GP, our group policy. We're going to go ahead and edit. We're going to go to policies, Windows setting, and then scripts. We're going to go to logon, and we're going to go to add. When you go to add, what you're going to do, you're going to click browse, and then you're going to do the new one. We just did this already. So BGInfo deploy, right? Now the information that you're going to need to put in there, right, is going to be like this, and I'll put it in the video for you. But this is basically the top piece. And like I said, I've been playing with this, so I've already commented this out, so you can see this didn't work when I tried it before. The part that worked is when I did the red edit. So I registry add this right here, accepted the word, and accepted the EULA and everything. And then I went in and did the login server. So the login server, I pointed to the NETLOGON that I showed you. Then we went to BGInfo. We're going to call Bginfo.exe file. That was the file that I just showed you that we copied over, right? So if you minimize this, this is the file that is calling first. So it's calling this file first. And then it's going to go ahead and call now the template. So the template needs to match up. So I need to make sure that this is right. So this should be BGINFO, and then this should be dash template.bgi. Two files that need to be in the same location. When I say NETLOGON, if you go back out to script, the reason why we're using it like that, because if I go into NETLOGON, just as such, right? Then I go to BGInfo, right there. The files that I added earlier are still right here. So I'm calling it from NETLOGON because this is also shared across the network. So logon server, NETLOGON, BGInfo, as you can see, that was a folder, and then BGInfo Template.bgi, right? This is how I've got it to work. Then we're gonna go to silent, which is a pretty much run it without making any noise or popping up anything. The timer is 00. That was the timer when we showed you earlier. And then no license prompt. So basically you don't want nothing popping up when this run on the computer, right? So this right here, I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to go into the file that I was working on. So this is the new one. I'm going to edit, and I'm just going to put it here. And I'm creating this from scratch so you see how it was done. I'm going to go ahead and save, and then that's it. So BGInfo deploys a new file that we're working with. Once you click on it, you want to click open, and it's going to show just like that. The script name is going to show just like that. That's what you're calling. You're going to click OK, and then I'm going to move this up. So I want this to be number 1, so you can see it's the first script that's ran. All right. So there you go. I have the script. I have the parameters loaded. Everything is good to go, and I click OK. Right. So this is where you put it. Once it's in there, now you need to go and test your computer box. All right. So log back into your test machine. First thing you want to do is go GP update. All right. So go to PowerShell, and let's go GP update. Go ahead and hit enter. And we're gonna just wait for this for a little bit for it to actually go through and do a GP update. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Let's pause here until it's done. All right, so we're back, and as you can see, the GPU update was successful. So we just go ahead and minimize that. Nothing is shown yet before, so we need to go ahead and do a restart. And I've noticed that this technique seems to work for testing this way. Don't know why. I've tried so many other different ways, and I don't know. It's just weird. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Like I said, if you're trying to deploy Bginfo, this is the best way I've seen that has worked for me, and this also might help you out as well. So let's open up back PC3. I'm gonna log back in as John Wick. And then right here, we wait a little bit for the logon to run. As you can see, it's still loading. I want to make sure that all your files are in here that we needed earlier. NETLOGON and your script. Okay, run another GPU update. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sign out. I'm gonna sign out and sign back in because it is a logon script. So it should run at each logon. All right, so it took a little bit to come in for some reason, but I'm seeing it now in the back of this. And there you go. So it populated. It just took a little bit longer than expected. But there you go, guys. So this is the way that I've been able to do it. And it worked across the network. So if you have any questions, reach out and let me know. But this is good progress, you know. If you've been working on Bginfo as well and you've had issues, you can try my version and see if it may help you out as well, to get everything up and running. Don't You need to be patient once you deploy it, because you may have to go into your GP settings and maybe do some refreshing and stuff like that. And the DC, depending on how fast it's pushing out, that could also be another factor too. But it took literally like after the restart, I logged on, logged off as a user, and it took about a good 4 minutes before this actually populated and got pushed through. So just be on the safe side, just be a little bit patient in case it's taking a while. It's probably still working, and it's going through the process. After you go through and make these updates, if you made updates to any of these in the Bginfo template later and save it, whatever updates you make also will get refreshed as well whenever the users log in and log off. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope it also helped you out with your production. Until next time, ciao.